Om Namaste to all. Another interesting and important topic for us to understand. I'm trying to speak in English. This is Sri Krishna told himself as Supreme Personality of Godhead in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam also speaks about the greatness of Bhagavan, Vishnu, and Krishna. So, why can't we worship Lord Sri Krishna? That is the topic for today. As I tell in every video, all my knowledge I got from my Guruji Swami Ram Swarup Ji Yogacharya. He lives in Himachal Pradesh. He is a philosopher of Vedas, Ashtanga Yoga, and a living legend. So, before going to the exact, straight away answer, I would like to make you understand some fundamental concepts about Gita. Gita is part of Mahabharata. Gita is not written by Sri Krishna. Gita is written by Vyas Muni, and it's not a book by itself. Gita is an extract from Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata. And Mahabharata, as you know, it is written by Vyas Muni around 5000 years back. And as you know, the law of nature fundamental is anything which is getting created or anything which is taking birth will have to go to death. Anything which is getting created will have to get destroyed. And even Mahabharata or Bhagavad Gita, which was written 5000 years back, by this universe ends, this knowledge will get vanished, or this book will get vanished. So this one is fundamental which we have to understand. So I have noted some important points, and also we have to understand that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is not a book by itself. Someone extracted this 18 chapters and then they said, okay, this is the book name is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge given by Sri Krishna. But it was not the original name of the book written by Vyas Muni is Mahabharata only. And here I have noted some important Ved mantras to make you understand the concept of Yogeshwar, because Sri Krishna, as mentioned by Vyas Muni in Mahabharata, Sri Krishna is a Yogeshwar. Vyas Muni never told Sri Krishna as God, and Sri Krishna himself never told himself as God. So this we have to understand. And that is also bringing us to an important topic. Like example, a doctor's prescription can be understood by another doctor. A dialogue of Yogeshwar can only be understood by another equivalent yogi or rishi. So we have to study books or listen the Gita knowledge from a yogi Rishi Muni who was realized God as realized by Sri Krishna or Vyas Muni. So Atharvaveda mantra 4 by 11 by 7, it says that when a person does hard tapasya and does daily yajna, listens Vedas, and follows Ashtanga Yoga path, he realizes the God, and then he attains Samadhi, and in that stage he becomes equivalent to God. This is what Atharva Veda, God himself says that this person is called yogi and he becomes equivalent to God, not God himself. And another Ved mantra, it's from Samved, it says that the mantra number is 944. The mantra says that when a yogi attains Samadhi, the Vedic preach that yogi utters, the words told by that yogi is inspired by God himself. That means God himself inspires this yogi to speak these words from Vedas. So sometimes at that emotion, at that yogic emotion or yogic stage, this yogi says, I am Shiva, I am the creator of universe, or I am the knowledge, I originate knowledge of Vedas. That means it is not the body of yogi, it is not Sri Krishna which says, it is the God inside Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna is a Yogeshwar. This secret is not known to people at all, because people does not understand the fundamental concept of Vedas. So that is the reason we have assumed ourselves that Sri Krishna is the ultimate God. And if you see another very important mantra, it says that Atharvaveda mantra 9 by 10 by 11, it says that souls which have got salvation has the power. God says that I give them freedom to these souls that they can take rebirth at their own will. So in some shlokas of Gita, yada yada hi dharmasya, Sri Krishna says that whenever I will come back and then establish dharma again. This should not be confused by us that Sri Krishna is an avatar. God says in this the yogi can decide at his free will to take a birth again. That doesn't mean that this yogi is God. This is under the law of God in Atharva Veda. So this and also we have to understand that Bhagavad Gita has really very limited knowledge. because the subject of Bhagavad Gita is only to preach Arjuna. The Bhagavad Gita does not have unlimited knowledge of Vedas. For example, nuclear science, nuclear physics, this knowledge is not available in Bhagavad Gita. How to do agriculture, this knowledge is not available in Bhagavad Gita. All this knowledge are available in Vedas. And Sri Krishna, as you know, probably if you know the life story of Sri Krishna studied all the 4 Vedas from his Guru Rishi Sandipan. So he studied Vedas and then gave this knowledge of Gita to Arjun. He did not study Gita to give this knowledge of Gita to Arjun. So this is not to be very clearly understood. And also if you see the summary of preach of Gita, I can also prove that Gita is from Vedas is because Gita also has got like 18 chapters, has got Gyan Kand, Karam Kand, Upasana Kand. So all these 3 are given by Sri Krishna in short. For example, in the Gyan Kand, when Sri Krishna speaks about the 5 matters and the man and Indriyam and the sense organs, etc., he gives in very short. And Sri Krishna himself tells to Arjun that the knowledge I am giving you is given by Rishi Muni from Anadikal, from eternity. So that is these are all indications, and Sri Krishna himself in the 3rd chapter tells that everything is originated from Vedas. All the kartavya karma, the dharma is coming from the eternal God, and it is always eternal. So this knowledge people do not understand. So we have to know that Sri Krishna is not Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is not to be worshipped. Of course, the worship in the sense we have to understand the Sanskrit word puja. The meaning of puja is to give respect. So Sri Krishna is a respectable dignitary, of course, but he is not to be worshipped. The matter which is worthy of worship is Almighty God alone, which is describing who is that God by God himself, as I told in the previous videos. Okay, when I come to this another portion of this topic, Srimad Bhagavatam also speaks about the Supreme Personality, about Bhagavan Vishnu and Krishna. First of all, we have to understand what is Srimad Bhagavatam and who wrote this. Because if you buy a Bhagavatam book from market, it speaks about Vyas Muni. Vyas Bhagavan has written Srimad Bhagavatam. This is completely false. If you read there is a book called Himadri. This came around, let's say, between 700 to 1000 years back. This book was written. I don't know the exact timing, but it's very recent times. In this Himadri book, the author of Himadri book is Pandit Boba Deva. And in this Himadri book, there is a conversation between the minister. The name of that minister is Himadri. Himadri says to Boba Deva that, hey Boba, the book Bhagavatam, which is written by you, I don't have time to read that book. Can you please give a gist of that Bhagavatam so that I can quickly understand, because I don't have time to read the full book. Then Boba Deva writes around 3 to 4 pages in short to explain, and then he documents in his book that this is what I told to Himadri. So this evidence is available in Himadri book. I'm not too sure if you can access this book, but this book is available somewhere for sure. But if you also need further proof, you can read this book called Light of Truth, written by Swami Dayanand Saraswati, and the page number I think 569 I have noted here. This page number speaks about the complete Sanskrit shlokas of dialogue between Himadri and Bobadeva. And Bobadeva is none but the brother of Jayadeva, who wrote this Gita Govinda. So these all proofs are available. So Srimad Bhagavatam is not written by Vyas Muni. And also a philosopher like Vyas Muni has written commentaries of Patanjali Yoga Shastra. He has written Vedanta Shastra, and he has written Mahabharat, and he has compiled all the 4 Vedas in writing. He has compiled it, he has not written the Vedas. So Vyas Muni, a person like Vyas Muni cannot write anything unscientific, and Bhagavatam contains lot of unscientific happenings and stories. And also the qualification and the quality of Sri Krishna mentioned by Vyas Muni in Mahabharat is absolutely oppositely defined in Bhagavatam, which we have to understand. Like, Sri Krishna went and he used to take butter, ghee, milk from other houses unknowingly, or doing some cheap acts. These kind of stories are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, which cannot be written by Vyas Muni. So we have to understand the truth. This video probably will help you to search the truth. I am just telling very in short. I would, if you know Hindi, I would really appreciate you have to study this book, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, ek Vedic Rahasya, written by my Guruji. It's coming in 4 volumes. But each and every sloka of Bhagavad Gita, from which Ved mantra knowledge Sri Krishna spoke, this secret is given in this book. And this is the only book as of today available in this world which speaks about the Vedic proof of each and every sloka of Sri Krishna. So this book is a must read, I would say. Please go to our website vedmandir.com and order it from there. And if you know Hindi, it will be a beneficial for you to understand who was Sri Krishna. And my Guruji has written, also explained numerous Ved mantras in this book. Also not only from Vedas, also from other Shastras and Brahmana Granthas. So I request you to take some time to spend and understand our Indian Vedic tradition. And also there are many people who speak ill about Sri Krishna because of the stories written in Bhagavatam, so we have to avoid that. Sri Krishna is a very respectable dignitary. I will if you like this video, I request you to subscribe and forward to people who are interested to know about our Indian tradition, Vedic tradition and our culture. And I have already prepared the next video. It will take some more time, maybe a day or two, to post the next video. I will try to give another interesting topic there, which is also very essential in this today's time. But till that time, I take leave from you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.